Okay, so bad news. Recorded episode 2 of the WyattzWorld podcast yesterday featuring my dad, but my dog ruined it. He just got so excited to see my dad when he was here that the entire time he was running around the room, biting things, jumping on us, growling, whining, being just a disruptive dog in general. Which really stinks because I think it was a good show, so me and my dad have agreed to redo it. We're gonna even try and make it better than what it was. And that'll hopefully hit YouTube next Saturday. Trust me, my dog's on his way out of here. He's packing his bags right now. Anyway, aside from that, bumming news, we're not going to let that distract us from today's video. Today we are going to be playing Madden while talking about free agency one last time before it starts. I'm an idiot and I thought it started on the 11th, which is today. It's actually the 14th. I don't know why it would start on a Friday, but what happens on the 11th of March? Something happens. But yeah, today's video we are going to be playing a game of Madden and just kind of giving our last thoughts and predictions on free agency and where I think people are going to go or where I want people to go. Now, the reason I'm doing this opposed to what I usually would is because I kind of want to just do something today other than scream at a camera and drag pictures next to me. So that's what Madden's going to help with. One quick thing before we hop into the video, head over to gfuel.com, use code WyattzWorld, save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products. All right, on to the video. Okay, are we taking the road of random today? Yeah, sure. Actually, speaking of the Chargers, I think I was correct with my prediction on Mike Williams. He stayed there, unless I read something wrong.
Once again, sir, we would like to just apologize for any inconveniences that you're having with the Madden 22 servers. Everything is working on our end. If you could just please restart your game and start it back up, everything should be working in a terrific order.
Kiss my ass. So yeah, anyway, Mike Williams I think is staying in LA, which takes a pretty big receiver off the board. And when talking about free agency, I actually wanted to start off with talking about the quarterbacks. Because how receivers, have big names on the board, the quarterbacks are dry as shit. Like, man, there is not one huge name that's a free agent right now. There's a couple, medium names, but I seriously don't think there's anybody who is a starter besides maybe Jameis. However, just because they haven't been a starter, last year doesn't mean they won't be again, because there's a couple guys here who I do see possibly getting picked up either to start or to compete for a starting role. One name that strikes me right away is Mitchell Trubisky, and I talked about this a little while ago. I think that he's going to the Colts. Wow, my camera's been here the entire time. What was I talking about though? Oh, Mitch. Coaching matters. It really does. We saw him, I know it was a preseason game, but he looked better in the Bills' one preseason game than he looked in any of his last 10 with Chicago. Now, Mitch, other than going to Indy, I could see him also getting signed by the Giants, because not only do they have DeBall, who just worked with him, the little bit that he played, but the Giants have no reason to not give Daniel Jones some competition. I mean, good God. Another free agent I could see going to the Colts is Andy Dalton. That just seems like a Colts move. That was an Andy Dalton throw, by the way. And the only other guy that I really see as a quarterback right now that should be possibly starting next season would bring us back to Jameis. I think for some reason he might go to the goddamn Steelers. If Sean Payton can be good with Jameis Winston, Mike Tomlin certainly can be good with Jameis Winston. And that's not a knock on Sean Payton, it's a compliment to Mike Tomlin. Okay, there's a problem when you have someone like Ben, because you just simply don't have the talent anymore. You don't have the skill anymore. He once was good, but he lost it and he got old. Jameis still has got the talent in him. You've just got to find someone who can pry it out of him and use him. Bruce Arians, obviously not the trick. I feel like I'm an autopilot right now, man. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm not even in this game. I'm just talking about things and I'm just going with wherever my thumbs bring me. Moving on to some wide receivers who I think are going to be extremely interesting too to, keep track of. Devontae Adams, okay, we kind of know what he's going to do now. That's pretty clear. Which is the reason I think Allen Robinson is now going to go to the Raiders. I want him to go to the Lions, but I could also be happy with him going to the Raiders because Derek Carr is going to give him the best quarterback he's ever had, and Allen Robinson is probably going to give Derek Carr the best receiver he's ever had. I'm sure there's someone else Carr's played with. He had Amari for a little bit, I know that. Someone's going to try and correct me. I'm sorry, I'm not fucking perfect. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm just giving a compliment to a man. I think Allen Robinson would be terrific if he went to somewhere like the Raiders, and they're going to have to compete with the moves that are constantly going on in the AFC West, because right now, if they don't make a splash at the pot, they're going to be fucked. That division has just become absolutely mortifying for anybody to enter. It's crazy. There's so many crazy moves going on in that division. The Raiders need to do something. Honestly, aside from A-Rob, there's not a lot of receivers to talk about either. It's pretty dry. Will Fuller, I think, is a free agent. I have to look. I have it pulled up here. I'm just too lazy. Yes, he is. Also, Jamison Crowder, T.Y. Hilton, Juju, I guess. Zach Pascal, Rashad Higgins, Zay Jones. I mean, this is actually really dry. Odell, but he's going back to L.A. He's basically already said. Let's go, Herbert. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Bam. Will Fuller is another guy we can stumble on, though, for a second, because he is actually, I mean, anybody who watched him play for the Texans would know he's a very good receiver, but he's injury prone. He's been serving suspension games. He hasn't been able to be there for his team, you know, at 100%, but this year I'm pretty sure he should be, so there is something he could contribute. A team that I think would really, really benefit from Will Fuller, however, would be Washington. Put Curtis in the slot and make Will Fuller the number 2 behind Terry, man. It's going to look just like it did with him and D-Hop in Houston. Terry's covered. Will Fuller's so goddamn fast, he's going to get open. He's going to catch a bomb. He's going to tear a hamstring. He's going to sit out for 4 weeks. But that touchdown, though, you know, it's going to be worth it. In all seriousness, I don't want him to get hurt, but it's just going to happen. I don't know what we got for running backs available, though. I haven't really checked it out. I think Leonard Fournette is going to be a free agent. Why don't we just look? So, yeah, we got Lenny, Melvin Gordon, Cordero Patterson, Mostert. Not a lot of star power there either. Whoa, come on, man. Pick it off. I do expect the Bills to pick up a running back, though. Whether it's Melvin or Lenny, I expect it to be a power back, unless they do, you know, trade for Saquon, which has been rumored for weeks. Other than that, I think the other one is going to go to Miami. They also need a running back. Not that Gaskin's not good, but like I've said in many other videos, you never know what's going on with the man. Bring in one of these running backs who are, you know, 28, 29 years old. They still got gas left in the tank, and they can lead your offense. Another running back who's a free agent that I want to see get at least a job somewhere is Marlon Mack. Now, I understand those days have probably ended for him, but I've always saw him as, you know, kind of the underrated guy. He's always been hurt. He's never really had a break, and then the one season he actually did get to play, he did fairly decent. He could go to Seattle, be part of the rebuild, I suppose, or the Jets. Could also see him possibly going to Denver in place of Melvin Gordon to back up Javonte. Really depends on what he wants, I think. If he's going to just be a starter, he might sadly just not have any goddamn options. Kind of like Austin Eckler didn't have any options there. I didn't expect Justin's legs to be the reason I got any success in this game, but apparently that's going to be the route we're taking today. Alright, what do we got going on for corners? Oh man, I blew an opportunity. I'm not going to blow this one though! Who's that, Mike Williams? That a boy. But for corners, we got Gilmore, Joe Hayden, Kyle Fuller, who I'm pretty sure was fucking horrible this year, Tavon Young, Chris Harris, Pat Pete, who I want to go back to Minnesota, Xavier Rhodes. He's a good one to talk about. Xavier Rhodes, where he went with the Colts the last 2 years. He could benefit, dude. He's not terrible. He's kind of like, you know, a worse Pat Pete right now. Okay, I just fucked the whole game up. Let me just get out of this half. God damn it. What do you know? It's the legs, the legs, the legs. Go, go. He's going to fumble it. Probably the biggest cornerback, the biggest name, that was a horrible play call, Wyatt, would, for me at least, probably be J.C. Jackson. He's got to be the best cornerback available, and I actually want him to go to the Raiders too. Now, I can't just stack the Raiders up, you know, they can't make everything happen. But you got to imagine they want to make a huge splash to try to compete with the competition there. Signing the best corner available is a pretty good start. Why is this guy doing this, man? What's his problem? Now, we want to talk about, you know, the other guy like Stefan Gilmore, someone who I don't think, you know, is going to be around as long as J.C. Jackson, obviously, because he's much older. I think he's just going to go ring chasing. He's going to go wherever's going to get him the best shot at a Super Bowl. Could be the Bengals. We don't know. Could be the Chiefs. Is that a pick? Please, 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 please. There we go. He could go to the Vikings. He's in the Richard Sherman phase, you know. That man doesn't need to waste any more fucking time. He doesn't have anything less to prove. How many Super Bowl rings does Gilmore have? 2 or just 1? Anyway, he wouldn't fucking deny another one, you know what I'm saying? How am I doing this? I don't even remember how I scored the first time, but we're gonna go with the tight end attack this time. It's weird when you're just focused on not the game, you really don't pay any goddamn attention to it. Boom, boom, tch. Yo, my name is Madden, and I'm a piece of shit. All I do is make Wyatt throw a fit. So what do we got for tight ends available? Zach Ertz is a free agent, I'm pretty sure. Gronk, who I don't think is going to play anywhere other than the Bengals because that's what he said. I think Jared Cook. Jared Cook might be, speaking of the Chargers. Jared Cook, give me that. Jared Cook, he's interesting, man. I've always had his back, even when he was on the Saints. He was winning. The catch specifically that made me fall in love with Jared Cook was the Green Bay one where they, shut Dallas out of the playoffs. That insane sideline catch, dude, is fucking nuts. More of a throw by Aaron Rodgers, but it was still a wild catch. Now what the fuck do we do? Okay, this is gonna be a segment I like to call anger management. You guys put a bounty on a man who was 50 years old in the fucking playoffs because you knew you were gonna lose! Every player on your roster is obnoxious and stupid. I hate them all. If it were between attending a New Orleans Saints game or sitting in the fucking electric chair, it looks like my life is ending that day. I didn't expect to score this play, but yeah, that feels good. It's on rookie. Hello? Why is it 21-21? I at one point put Sean Payton's face on a dartboard and literally threw metal tip darts at it. Sean Payton is going to Dallas, and he's going to win a Super Bowl, and he's going to punch New Orleans in the forehead with it. Not that he hasn't won a Super Bowl with New Orleans, I just wanted to say that he's going to win another one without them. That's all part of the plan. It is. I'm convinced, so is my dad. He is going to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, okay? The New Orleans Saints make the Houston Astros look like respectable people. I feel better. All right, we'll do one more, and then we're getting out of this shit. Whoop! 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 Right! Dings! Amazing! He catches it, it's a touchdown! Alright guys, and that is going to be all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was kind of all over the place talking about, Madden 1 second and then talking about free agents the next, but I think it worked, hopefully. If you guys did like this video, you already know what to do. Comment, like, subscribe, turn that bell on. I do my absolute best to post on this channel every single day. With everything being said, I'm going to edit this video so you guys can watch it on time. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and as always, I will see you in the next video.